Italy trip, 2021 or 2022. Day 1, we landed in Rome. You head to baggage and grab your luggage. Our car will meet you and take you to B&B Hotel in Trastevere, a suburb of Rome.
We have stayed there many times. It's very clean and centrally located.
And the rates are very good too. What we like, right next door is a great cafe we use for a meeting place.
They rolled the door up and were ready for business.
In you go.
The pizza looked and smelled fantastic.
They set up their tables and chairs just on the sidewalk.
We grabbed a local beer and a table.
Started with sausage and tomatoes. It was very good. Dale and Vicky ate all of theirs.
The crust was cooked just right and the tomatoes tasted like real tomatoes.
I think it's the ingredients in the water that make it taste so good.
A few more beers. What a way to spend a nice day.
The tram runs right in front of the hotel and takes us to the central piazza.
The town is beautiful, quaint, with lots of cafes, sightseeing, and best of all, shopping. That evening, we went down a little dark alleyway.
We saw a light coming from the restaurant. The owner's wife came out and invited us in.
She was very nice.
And the smell coming out of the restaurant was great.
She offered to buy us a glass of wine.
How could you say no? Salute. Day 2, the Colosseum. It's a step back in time. Pictures do not do it justice. Next, the Vatican. Unbelievable.
The frescoes on the wall are absolutely amazing.
As you go from room to room, it's amazing. From the Sistine Chapel to the paintings of Michelangelo. St. Peter's Basilica. When you enter, the light streams down from the ceiling. What a magical effect. Later that evening, dinner. Barbara's going to cook for us.
She's located in a little neighborhood just outside of Rome.
We walked up and down the quaint little streets searching for B&B's kitchen.
We finally found the street. Barbara opened the door to greet us. It smelled like Richard's grandmother's kitchen.
She invited us in.
It was a quaint apartment. The table was set and ready for us.
We all sat down.
Barbara and her niece explained tonight's adventure in dining for us.
And of course, the wine started flowing.
Everyone really enjoyed it.
In fact, they liked it so much. Salute, more wine.
Next, a risotto with fresh tomatoes and herbs.
I peeked in the kitchen while waiting for the next course.
Barbara was busy working on dinner.
But she made time to take a picture.
The stove was full.
Her nephew was getting the pasta courses ready. Back to the table.
Yes, they were pouring more wine.
The first pasta course.
Pumpkin ravioli with Parmesan cheese.
The filling and sauce was perfect, not too sweet.
Joanne and I ate it all.
Larry finished his too.
A spinach and mozzarella ravioli with a pesto sauce. Unbelievable.
The third pasta course, a fettuccine with part of the zucchini top, and it was marinated with a lemon dressing.
Tossed in a light tomato sauce.
It was my favorite.
Mine too.
Larry took it down in one big bite.
They were plating the main course in the kitchen.
Fantastic. Chicken with peppers and fresh herbs.
A meatloaf made of turkey and dill with a fig reduction.
A carrot and raisin salad with sesame seeds.
What a meal. We all enjoyed it.
Barbara popped the cork.
Barbara poured more and more. How can you finish a fantastic dinner without limoncello?
Everyone had one. Just a little. What a meal.
This was truly an adventure in dining. They make you feel like family.
Day 3, touring Rome. We started with the Trevi Fountain. It's one of the most famous fountains in the world. Throw in a coin and make a wish. The Spanish Steps. They're unique in design and elegance. It has made it a popular place for artists and poets who were attracted to the place, which inspired them. Once you reach the top, there are many artists who set up shop. Wow, what a view. The Forum was the site located at the center of Rome. It was the location of religious, political, and social activities. The first public meeting in the Forum was around 500 BC. The Parthenon was a Roman temple. Now it's a Catholic church. Rome, the Eternal City. Day 4, we fly to Bari. It's a beautiful city on the Adriatic Sea. The town is old with lots of history. Then we drive to Matera. We go to our hotel, Alterzini, Matera, Italy. It dates back to the 10th millennium BC. It's one of the oldest inhabited cities in the world. Sassi originated in a prehistoric troglodyte settlement. They were cave dwellers. Over the years, the city was built out from the caves, which still exist today. A few steps up to our hotel. The lobby is built in the caves. While we were checking in, Nancy went out to the terrace and had a glass of local wine. Vicky, Jeannie, and Joanne joined her. The view is fantastic. Most of the hotel is actually in the caves. You can see where they dug it out. Wow, our room was in a series of caves. Talk about unique. What an experience. Well, it's time for lunch. We found a great little restaurant in the Sassi district. It dates back to 2000 BC. It was beautiful, so we had them set up a table outside for us. House-made cavatelli with fresh tomato sauce. They were fantastic. Nancy really liked hers. Next, house-made linguine with dried local peppers. Yum. The view from our table was unbelievable. It's like we went back in time. A house-made orchetta pasta in a bolognese sauce. It was fantastic. A tiramisu drizzled in chocolate with fresh cantaloupe and a little whipped cream. The owner came out and asked us if he could take a picture with us. Not too many American tourists in Matera. After lunch, we explored the city. It was unbelievable. They filmed The Passion of Christ, Wonder Woman, and the new James Bond movie here.
There's always time for a picture.
Some of the local kids wanted a picture with Nancy. Nothing but fun.
Day 5, the adventure continues in Matera.
A brunch at the hotel. It was good. All kinds of local Italian food.
The restaurant was also in the caves.
They have a tour about the caves and how the people lived there. The last people to live in the caves were in 1955.
There's not too many places to put a pool, so they're also in the caves.
More exploring and shopping. We headed up to the outskirts of town. There's a local open market. My favorite, homegrown dried Italian peppers.
Of course they found a place to eat. DiPaolo's Bakery.
The shelves and cases were filled with freshly baked bread and sandwiches. They had all kinds of pizza. Lou and I couldn't resist. Salute! Well, we headed back down. We found a little cafe. It was in a courtyard below street level. It was called Sachs Cafe. Nancy and Joanne ordered a local red wine and a traditional Italian cracker, tartelli. We ordered a little antipasta plate, a plate of pasta with fresh tomato sauce. The lady chef came out and asked to take a picture with us. Later that night, dinner. It's down a little street from our hotel. From the outside it looks small, but when you enter, it's a huge restaurant. Down through the caves. It has many levels and lots of cave rooms. Our table was on the main floor. Prosciutto, dried Italian sausage, eggplant spread, a chickpea spread, and local cheeses. Fried polenta fritters, tempanada, spinach and olive oil with almonds, garbanzo beans and cheese. Now the main courses. Roasted chicken and medallions of veal. Cavatelli with a meat sauce. Sautéed zucchini and potatoes. Chicken cacciatore and pasta. Of course we had dessert. A panna cotta with a berry topping, hazelnut chocolate covered with more chocolate, and a cherry gelato. Day 6. We headed to La Foresta di San Leo. It's in southern Italy.
As we were going to La Foresta, we hit a traffic jam.
Closest town, about 600 people. I had to ask directions from one of the locals. Lots of hand signs.
La Foresta was a 12th century monastery converted into a working farm. It's still a farm, but now has a restaurant and rooms to rent.
It has a Michelin star.
It's one of the best kept secrets in Italy as far as I'm concerned.
The restaurant is an old wine cellar.
Our hosts are Peppino and Maria. They are two of the nicest, most gracious people that you will ever meet. They treat you like family.
Started with bruschetta. Tomatoes were picked out of the garden this morning. You can't get it any fresher than that.
The plate of cold cuts was unbelievable.
What a combination. Bruschetta and prosciutto. Peppino started bringing out the food, and we just started eating it. He brought out more, and on the way back to the kitchen, he stopped to take a picture. Lots of talk and lots of fun. The wine just kept flowing. From antipasta to homemade ravioli. A little dessert, Sabayon cream. Nancy ate all of hers. What a fantastic dinner, and we got 4 more nights of it. Day 7. Maria has a surprise for us. Cooking and lunch in the kitchen.
Maria greeted us and brought us into the kitchen.
It was spotless and very modern.
It had all state-of-the-art equipment.
Maria and her helper.
We all donned our aprons and hats.
What a good-looking crew.
Valerie translated for us.
We started and Maria wanted to volunteer.
It was Dale.
Who else? He looked very professional in his apron and hat.
Let's make some pasta.
You need the right flour.
Add water a little at a time until you get to the right consistency.
Keep working the dough. I think they got it. Last but not least, my favorite, cavatelli.
I think my nails were a little too long.
What a mess. They still tasted good. I went to check the sauce. It came to a boil.
We gave it a stir and turned it down to a simmer.
Start with a little sauce in the pan.
Everyone in the pool added the pasta to the sauce.
A stir to coat the pasta. A great red wine. Salute, Cendani. After lunch, we went to Trevino. It's located in the Basilicata region. It dates back to the 11th century and has a population of about 600 people. We went down Main Street, not too much traffic. We ended up at the main plaza, at the local bar.
We grabbed a table and of course ordered a Peroni.
Salute.
Salute! The streets were pretty quiet.
But wait till tonight. We heard the music and saw the torchlights in the distance.
Here they come. First, the altar boys. This is a very religious celebration.
Now the local townspeople.
Almost everyone in the village was in the procession.
Yeah, it's a good thing we were there so we could be spectators. It's the only parade I've seen where they carry real torches.
It's like a scene out of The Godfather. Now the band.
What a night. Once in a lifetime experience. It was like going back in time.
Back to the present. Everyone was hungry as usual.
I walked up to the top of the hill to the local bakery. When I walked in, it smelled of fresh baking bread. The owners took time to pose for a picture. Check out the size of those loaves. I ordered pizza. They cut it with big shears. No waiting for me. I was eating going out the door. I took it back to the bar.
And we devoured it.
Lou ate so much he thought he was Italian.
He even went outside to sit with the locals.
Day 8. We got into the car and headed for Castel Manzano.
In the tunnel we go. They don't go around mountains in Italy. They go through them.
We came out the other side. Wow! This village is built on the side of the mountain. It's one of the most beautiful villages in Italy.
The origin dates between the 5th and 6th centuries BC.
What a Kodak moment. We explored the town, up the stairs and down. It was fantastic. Nancy found something. Another restaurant, Pizza and Rotisseria.
We went in, she took our order, she cooked it, and she served it to us. Wow, that's what I call multitasking.
It was fantastic. It seems like all you do is eat and salute. Castle Manzano has a zip line. It's suspended between two towns. It reaches speeds up to 75 miles per hour.
That guy's coming in hot.
Well, back to La Foresta di San Leo for another fantastic dinner, and of course, salute. Day 9, in the car to a little village called Trocarico. There is a lot of history in this village for me. It's home to one of the best preserved medieval historical centers. The Norman Tower was built around the 10th century as a fortress. The streets are quaint and great for exploring. The Central Plaza has shops, restaurants, and bars. We stopped for a little beer and gelato, and of course a pitcher. The Trocarico Cathedral was built in the 11th century and recently restored. It has a personal story for Nancy and I.
Our love story begins here.
From the past to the present. The story starts with a trip to the mountains of southern Italy. A small village called Trocarico, where my grandparents were born, and the church they got married in.
The story continues 100 years later with the help of friends and family.
Nancy and I celebrated our 50th anniversary by renewing our vows in the same church where my grandparents were married in 100 years ago. Gendani.
Here's to many more.
Day 10. We headed to Metaponto. It's on the Ionian Sea. It's a great little seaside town. Great restaurants and shopping. They also have ancient ruins nearby. The beaches are fantastic. They go on and on. We made a turn and headed for the bar. But someone was hungry. So we went across the street to a little seafood restaurant. We sat down and ordered. They brought us wine by the pitcher. The food started coming. Steamed mussels, langostino with fettuccine and a fresh tomato sauce, mixed seafood, mussels, clams, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and mussels with linguine. Lou and Joanne were never told not to play with their food. The chef came out and took a picture with us. In the van and headed back to La Foresta di San Leo. We rested a little bit and of course dinner and more wine. What a day. Day 11. We drive back to Bari to catch a flight to Rome. When we arrive, a car will take us to the port to start our cruise. Whether coming or going, what a ship. We are booked in the yacht club. It's a fantastic itinerary. If you have any questions about the cruise, Jack at Driftaway Travels will answer them for you. We will have a car and driver in each port. Day 18. After the cruise, we will drive back to Rome. We'll stay at the Airport Hilton. Then we'll go on the Roma Market Tour with locals. We'll taste classic Italian street food and wine. And we'll tour one of the biggest food markets in Europe. Back to the hotel for a good night's sleep.
Day 19, we fly home with memories to last a lifetime.
Disclaimer: all or some parts of this tour subject to change.